Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Cinelinks.com, and this is the figure review of the Ocular Max PS01 Sphinx Perfection Series. Yes, it is. It's Mirage. This is Mirage, and this is a great figure. A great transformer. Look, I'm on the fence always about buying third-party products like for the Masterpiece line, but this one did not disappoint. It is so good. Let's get right into this. First, let's take a look at the box it comes in. So you got to look at, Ocular Max Sphinx there. Nice coloring, and this looks really close to what we're going to get in the box here. But yeah, die cast. This is key because there's a lot of die cast in it. If I sound excited about this guy, it's because he's really good. He did not disappoint. It makes me want to venture more into the third-party lines for the Masterpiece. This is the Perfection Series. You can see there's a Lego Sphinx. A bunch of stuff on the bottom you can't read. Ages 15 and up. Well, you can probably read it. You're probably more talented than I am and smarter. So anyway, here we go. There's a great transformation sequence there. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, we should go this way. There we go. Look at that. Mirage transforming. Hitting that Iron Man pose. You got a little bio here, which you can, pause if you want to check it out. But, very G1-esque. And if you had a little red thing, or, you're not colorblind or can't see red like I do, you can actually read this. And this is pretty cool. So anyway, that's a box. Let's see the other stuff that he comes with before we get into that. Alright, he does get a card. It's very generic, kind of thin. You can actually see kind of where they punched out. But yeah, just more box art. And this, honestly, this artwork does not do the toy justice. It looks very G1, but man, the toy looks so much better. And you got another bio there. Actually look at the toy, and there's some more tech specs, so yeah. Also, if you ordered this guy, you got an extra thing with it. I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. You got this parachute. It came in another box along with it, and yeah, it's just got the little tabs for a Masterpiece. It's just a translucent parachute. See? Ooh, you can see right through it. And he grips it. We're going to show it. Nice wire, plastic-coated wire, so just wanted to show that off. And it's a parachute, really, it's a nice accessory. But anyway, let's look at this gorgeous car here. I mean, look at this F1 racer. Now look, this toy is a lot heavier than you're going to find with your standard Masterpiece toys because it has a lot of die cast in it. Very nice rubber wheels with Ocular. That just sounds gross. It's got the satanes. You'll see there's a couple like the L instead of elf, and more Ocular. Ripper was going to help fix some of this up. But yeah, look at this, man. You got the little holograph driver here. This whole engine block, this whole thing, the black and silver part is die cast. These struts are die cast. These back struts here, die cast as well. You can see some more die cast bits there on what's going to become the hips. There's some die cast up here. These joints are die cast as well. I mean, just look. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. It's Mirage. I probably could have waited for Hasbro to make one, but honestly, after seeing a couple of reviews of this thing, a couple of pictures of it, it was a must-buy. It was a must-buy. Nice plastic chrome there. I am worried about the rubber wheels. Now, there is one thing in this mode. You have to kind of make sure that the wheels are down, because if you push it down any, it will scrape. See, these struts, they don't lock or anything, so they just kind of, you kind of just gotta rest the car on them, and you can get a pretty good roll out of it. So yeah, So let's get back to like accessories of it, because we're gonna transform this guy. Actually, no, let's go ahead and compare him. So here's a small transform we're gonna bring in. Here he is next to Bumblebee. So you get an idea of how they look together. We'll bring in Blue Streak, who never got reviewed by me. Never reviewed him. Here's Wheeljack. So just so you can get a good look. And he scales really well. These cars are supposed to be bigger than our normal everyday cars here. So, and bringing in Big Daddy here. Got Ultra Magnus, and he does fit on Ultra Magnus. Both sides. It kind of takes up a lot of space in here, though. But it kind of makes sense for the F1 racer to be inside the car carrier. So, yeah, just wanted to show them off next to these guys. We'll go ahead and get them out of here. The only thing about reviewing Masterpiece figures is I got to pull all my Masterpiece stuff off the shelves. Now, I don't have a G1 Mirage, but I do have this one. My Generations Mirage. And they're pretty, you know, this is pretty much this smaller. This one's smaller, but hey. And it doesn't have all the original logos on there either. But this is one of my favorite Mirage figures ever. One of my favorite Generations figures, just because he's so posable. But this guy, man, he just really knocks it out of the park for me. So getting back into the accessories, he does have this little holographic driver here. Holographic. Which is just a little blue piece. But when you put it in there, you see you got these little straps here. So it's got a peg underneath here that's going to go on top of that peg right there. So it's got to get it in there, lean it back, and it holds onto the steering wheels. Actually looks like it's strapped in. I dig that. So we can just take that out. He does have his two signature weapons. He's got his nice shoulder cannon here. It's got a little rotating piece right there held on by a screw. Nice chrome here. Really nice looking. This is gray back here. This is just gray plastic. But this is a nice chrome. And the missile does come out. It doesn't fire anything. But yeah, you can, you know, it's coming towards you. Yeah. It's got a little peg in the side. You can actually take that and if you fold up the little clip, you can plug it into the spoiler. And then he does have his blaster rifle, which is very nice. Really like that. Really like it's got a barrel. You know, it's got a hollow barrel in there, but very nice silver on here. Very nice designs. Got that classic Masterpiece grip. It does have a peg right on top that you can plug into the other side of the spoiler. So he is a heavily armed F1 racer, and he will jack up anybody that gets in the way of the race. So yeah, I like that. It's a little silly, but at least you can peg the weapon somewhere. I dig that. So on to the transformation, and this is a very nice transformation, and it's actually really simple once you've done it a couple times. There are some problems up here with getting these shoulders to push in, but we're going to get into all that. So anyway, the first thing you want to start off doing is you want to pull these up because they peg into the top and they tab here. So you want to kind of move the shoulder more down because this becomes shoulder. Just move that down and that'll help take it out of this peg hole here and this clip here. You see how that goes in? It's got like a little hook clip. So just when you push this part down and kind of in, you can get that to free up a little bit. Now, and these struts are also die cast. So take the wheels and kind of get those out of your way because you're going to need to be moving stuff around here. You can take these parts here, and they don't tab together, but they were tabbed into the sides of these. You can rotate them down and kind of pull the spoiler down because that's going to become his feet. Classic G1 representation. Take this part and kind of unpeg the legs. They're already unpegging anyway. And just this half is going to slide down. You see? Everything else kind of stays static, but this plate, this kind of L-shaped bracket here, just goes down and locks in. So now you can take the wheels and fold them in, get the spoiler out of the way, and the spoiler will kind of click in right here. So once again, just bring that spoiler forward, and why won't you go? There we go. So just bring it down, and you got the foot, and now you can take this panel and push it all the way down. That may have been a little messy how I did that, so sorry about that. So now that you got it like this, you want to take these sections and bring them down and over. Before you get all the way over, you want to push this forward and then bring it together. Now what you come around here on the other side to do is that peg that plugged into the shoulder, that little peg goes into that hole there. So I just want to line that up. There we go. And from this side I'll just do it this way so you can see it. Make sure that's in there. You do have to have these go over this part, so just got to bring it down, and there we go. Make sure those flaps are down. You pretty much have his legs formed, oh, except for this part. You just bring these engine blocks down. I think it's better if you go the other way. And they kind of stop. Now, one problem I have with mine, these die-cast bits, they're just held in with another metal peg, and mine was so loose, this would just fall out every single time. But I put like a drop of super glue inside of here and just kind of press them together, and I've had no problems ever since. I know that is one thing, but honestly, it fixed so easy, I'm not even worried about it. So now, you want to take this back plate here, unpeg it, and then just kind of spread it out, like so. Then you're going to take it and rotate it up, and what you have are two pegs, two tabs on the side that go into these slots here. So you just kind of push it up against his back, just bringing it down, and then you can see you just plug those in. And that's pretty much the back portion right there. So now you just rotate him at the waist. Get a little taller, so let me scooch this back a little bit. Now these parts, you just want to take them, and as you can see, they're on a Y bracket here. That's die cast as well, and they're already kind of separated. The one thing I do notice, like getting these, they never feel like they're completely securely in, but they are in. So just be wary of that. It's plastic on metal, so it doesn't have a really great connection, but locking all the panels together up here helps keep it together. But you just want to bring them up on those rails, and you will kind of get a little resistance once they spread out. So you want to take this part and just pull it away from the panel. I kind of did that wrong, kind of heavy-handed. Rotate this around. You can bring these up a little bit and push the hands down. And then you have this flap that's going to cover up that forearm. So once again, I'm trying not to do that so heavy-handed. But you just take that, bring it up out of the way. You can fold that up a little bit. And you just kind of pull, these, it kind of accordions in. So you just pull it down, stretch it out, and then stretch this arm out. And there you go with that. Now, this section up here, you want to take this and kind of move it out of the way, because now you're going to take these wheels, push them up, and these parts right here, you want to spread them out. So now the wheels are on a double hinge, hinged here and hinged here. So move my camera up so you can see that. You just kind of push them in and push it in. So yeah, two hinges. Once they're in, the tires will just kind of sit very flush up there, very nice. Take this part, bring it down. You want to kind of angle this part up so that you can get it through that gap right there. There's a little metal tab right here that's going to correspond to this slot here. You want to bring that together and marry those together. Now, take the spoiler or the fender here, or whatever this thing is. I don't know what this thing is called. I don't know racing. And push it in. You want to bring this up. There's a little blue tab to keep it from going in there. Now the head is just recessed. It's on like a double ball joint. So what you want to do is it untabs right here at the windshield. So there's a little tab there and a little slot here. But you want to bring it up. As you can see, it's on there. Excuse my voice. I'm just kind of changing the weather. And there you have Ocular Max Sphinx in his robot mode. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You have these two little white bits on the side. You just push those up. Kind of fills in that gap. And I really like that. It's kind of like, this is unnecessary except for aesthetic value. And they did it. So that's awesome. If I sound excited about this, I actually am. And no, this was not given to me. I paid hard-earned cash for this thing. And I'm very particular. When we get up into the $90 range for a Transformer, I'm being careful before I buy it. Now, you do have this missile launcher here. It's got a clip here. You can take that and pin it onto that strut, which is die-cast. A lot of die-cast in this guy. I'm telling you, there's so much die-cast. It'd be kind of a pain in the butt to get on there just because of the way the head is, and Come on, don't make a fool out of me on camera. What's wrong with you? There we go. I think that screw on there needs to be tightened up just a bit. So he does have that, and then you can just take his gun and fit it into his hand. Actually, before I do that, I'll show it off in a second. But let me get into the articulation of this guy. I'm actually going to pull this thing off again. So that's stupid. It's probably going to be hard to get back on. But let's check him out without the weapons on there. Look at that face. I'm not too big on the face. Oops. But it works for me. I mean, look at it. It's really good. And articulation, he does have that double jointed neck down there, which doesn't really lock. I kind of wish it locked a little bit better, but it doesn't. But moving on, he does have these great shoulder joints that go around. They'll go up. They got a double joint here, so you can get some really good poses out of this guy. The arms, they have jointing on 2 spots, and you can go all the way up. He does have a waist swivel. The hands do twist at the wrist, but the beauty, he does have an articulated finger, and his other 3 fingers, and his thumb, which didn't need to do that, but they did. So the only thing is like trying to get the thumb in the right position to put the gun in here. So you kind of got to get that down there and then close the hand around. So he does hold his gun very, very securely. That gives him a chance to put that in there. And I'm going to try to put this back on because you made a fool out of me. No toy makes a fool out of me. Haha! See? Didn't even try. Anyway, at the waist here, like I said, you got that waist swivel. You got a very nice thigh joint that can go all the way out. I mean, that's pretty much a split right there. You got double jointed knees. And get about that far, way past 90 degrees. And the legs, they're just so heavy on this guy. And as far as the ankles, you can kind of tilt them out. And you can tilt this forward and back and kind of achieve some more stances. But now the one thing is, like, I try to get this guy, his feet all the way down. And make sure he stands up straight. Because he's always sitting at a point sometimes. If you don't get these all the way down, because they don't lock in, where he's kind of like leaning or his knees are bent. But if you get him all the way down, he does stand fairly well. So anyway, yes, great figure. Now his other accessories he comes with, if you saw the back of the head, it didn't have anything on it. You can get one with the classic kind of the logos on there. The Liger, Saint-Hains, and Goodyear, which is really close to Goodyear, I gotta say. You do get 2 extra faces, which and you've kind of got this this face here, but the lips are very unpronounced on here. That's not just my lighting; it's just they're very unpronounced. And then you've got this one where he's actually kind of goofily smiling, and I hate him for this, so that's not going on there. Now the faces, you do have to actually do a little bit of unscrewing to get them off. I mean, I would do it, but it is a pain in the butt to get that back plate off, especially if you don't have fingernails. So, yeah. But he is a great Mirage figure. For comparison, let's bring him in to with Classics Mirage here. So you can kind of see what they both look like together. This is nothing like this. This is classic G1 goodness right here. Let's bring him in with Smokescreen. You can see they sit pretty well together. Here he is with Lambor or Sideswipe. I like to call him Sideswipe. His mama named him Sideswipe. I'm going to call him Sideswipe. Anyway. I'm feeling goofy tonight, but I actually really do like this guy, so I'm kind of excited about it. I really stand behind this figure. And here he is with Optimus Prime. Let's bring my camera back a little bit so you can see that. Optimus is looking towards the sky. So yeah. really, really good looking figure. Now, I wasn't going to do this. Wasn't going to do it. But I'll do it because here he is with his parachute thing. So you kind of just put it into his hands. This is a pain in the butt. So and it's not a pain. I mean, I'm just being a... Okay, there we go. They only go in one way. So there's like, the peg is on that side, you see. So they only go in like this. So here we have him under his umbrella. Ella. Yeah, I mean, it was from the cartoon, so, you know, you can see my green screen back there. It doesn't look good when it's like that. But it is good they included the wires with it because you can kind of spread his arms. And that makes it look a little bit better. So yeah, I mean, G1 homage, man, you know. Gotta pay your respects. Get that out of here. That thing is going in a box and never seeing the light of day again, I promise you. I promise you. Anyway, guys, that is the Ocular Max Sphinx figure. If you see this guy, I recommend getting him. He's very, very, very good. I can't say enough. This is a really good figure. He's not without his flaws, but he's really good. So if you can pick him up, I recommend you pick him up. Anyway, guys, I'm Jason X for SCNS Live. Like this video, subscribe. Until next time, guys, I will catch you later.